21-year-old Allison's bullet-ridden and pregnant mutilated body has been found in the dry Nevada desert.
She'd had acid thrown on her face, her hair had been scalped, her body had been disposed of over an animal badger den.
Cops feel certain they know who committed the horrifying act: Raymond Wong, the father of Alice's child. Wong was the one who reported Alice missing, and now he is too.
He fled the country to China.
Detectives have a cold case on their hands, but it's about to heat up.
I think I was sitting at home and I got a phone call from work, from dispatch, and they said, hey, the FBI is on the phone and they think that they have Raymond Wong in custody at SFO. And I was like, whoop, I'll be right in.
The elusive Wong has been nabbed on a fake passport at the San Francisco airport. Turns out the brazen killer had schemed an elaborate cover-up to work as an international double spy and return to the United States.
He had approached the CIA and the FBI in Beijing, offering to work as a spy for the United States. They sort of hoodwinked Raymond and told him, oh, we'd love to work with you.
He was coming through customs, basically trying to say that he was contacted by the Chinese Secret Service. He wanted to work as a double agent for the United States, but he had to prove he could come in and out of the U.S. freely.
With only so much time before Raymond's free again, detectives need to move fast to secure a murder case. In a stealthy move, Detective Timothy Caldwell reaches out to the other woman in Raymond's life, Jessica Tang. And now, nearly a dozen years after Alice's death, cops desperately need her to talk.
It was one of the hardest interviews I'd ever had in my almost 14-year career as a police officer. And she didn't have Raymond in her life anymore, which was key for the interview.
Investigators could not release Jessica's actual interview video to Crime Watch Daily, but Detective Caldwell says he grilled the woman who was Wong's other lover at the time over many days. Finally, she breaks and begins to tell what happened to Alice on that autumn day long ago.
He drove her and Alice up to the middle of the desert in Churchill County, Nevada.
Amazingly, cops learned Wong got both women into the car by convincing each girlfriend they were going to take the other one out.
The plan was hatched for Raymond to tell Alice that they were going to take Jessica up to the desert and kill her, but the actual plan was to murder Alice.
Jessica really knew what was about to go down.
During the car ride, she basically said she sat back, that Raymond and Alice argued almost the entire time up to Nevada.
Along the way, police say Raymond pulls into a rest stop. Witnesses would later confirm seeing the threesome.
The people who worked at the rest stop identified both Raymond and Alice as being there, and identified another Asian woman sitting in the car, but they couldn't get a good look at her.
Raymond later drives to a secluded spot off the road and parks. Jessica says he and Alice got out of the car, and they're arguing.
She said Raymond told her to stay in the car, that Raymond and Alice went to the back, and then she heard the gunshots and she saw the body fall.
Raymond then forces Jessica out of the back seat.
He puts the gun in her hand and says, you have to shoot her too. So she says that she just turned her head and she shot once, and she didn't want Raymond to kill her for refusing, so she did it.
Jessica says she gets back into the car, but Raymond does not. Police believe that's when Raymond callously acts out his snuff fantasies, mutilating the body.
Purely sadistic. He enjoyed inflicting pain.
And then leaving fake clues.
She described him throwing papers around the body.
It was the Monopoly money found around Alice with those white supremacist initials, apparently only placed as part of Raymond's scheme to throw police off his trail. Detectives later learned that Raymond sent a bogus message to the news media to try and make it look like a hate group killed Alice.
An email was sent to all of the San Francisco Bay Area news groups from the Aryan Knights claiming responsibility for Alice's murder.
They were able to track the IP address back to the internet cafe in Calgary.
Investigators discover Raymond was there on business at the time. Police find other compelling evidence on Raymond's home computer.
He was looking for driving directions to the Nevada desert. He was calling different gun stores, and he was actively researching two white supremacist organizations.
He's a monster. He's pure evil hidden behind a guise of a normal person.
Jessica's confession about what happened that night is the crucial link cops needed most. Investigators finally put Raymond Wong in handcuffs.
You're under arrest for the murder of Allison.
Stand up, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I drove him out to county jail. Halfway out there, he said, hey, when all this is over and I'm out, we should go get a beer together. And I said, no, I don't think I'd like to hang out with you.
Prosecutors build their case against Raymond. As for Jessica Tang,
she ultimately pled guilty to being a conspirator after the fact. Given some very significant cardiac issues that she has, she was placed on 5 years of felony probation.
Her testimony sealed the fate of Raymond Wong.
The jury convicted him of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison.
Raymond's exactly where he deserves to be, behind bars to where he can't hurt another woman again.
A bittersweet justice for the young mother, Allison, unaware of the monsters she had loved.
This tremendous opportunity that was in front of Alice to have really, I think, what would have been an incredible life, just taken for such senseless reasons.
Wong recently appealed his conviction. That appeal was denied. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.